Folks, listen up, man. One thing about these Neanderthals is they be scamming. A Neanderthal will ruin a lifelong friendship and their public reputation at an opportunity to scam a dub, bruh. It's almost sacrilegious to them to pass up a lick that's easy. A perfect example of this is the recent drama surrounding the Ninja Turtle from Pop the Balloon.
But then with me, you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy just a little bit. And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm going to get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it. I'm from the South and I can handle like a lot of criticism and stuff like that, but the way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home and it's just not giving anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
I do real estate and property management.
I live downtown.
So what you do
I live downtown. I stay by myself, Queen. You know, and you're not even qualified to be even dealing with me.
You say everybody not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You ain't
the one
my
that
type.
You wanted popped
if I seen, that's fine.
So
That's totally fine.
Okay.
But one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
The opinions varied on this guy depending where you're at on the red pill spectrum and the feminist spectrum. Right? Some loved him, some couldn't tolerate him, others thought he was annoying, right? But nonetheless, he went viral for that encounter and how he was speaking to the women on the show. Now, shortly after the show, he would make a video announcing how he was actually fired from his job because over 500 people called his job complaining.
Just did me a favor by tapping in. I just want to give y'all a quick update, man. I don't appreciate anybody thinking this is a hoax. You know, today is one of the worst days of my life. Seriously, being a plumber and getting my license was one of my biggest life accomplishments, especially with the lifestyle that I used to indulge in. You know, with that being stripped away from me, I still have responsibilities to take care of. You know, this has really affected me in a profound way. I have to close my lease. I'm gonna be moving out of state. You know, that's like $3,800. My birthday, I spent $2,000 on my fit. That's not even including the section, the bottles, these t-shirt prints. I'm still doing humanitarian work. I'm about to go advocate with some at-risk youth right now. But God bless y'all. It's a GoFundMe in my bio. The only reason why I'm putting a GoFundMe in my bio is because somebody in the comments stated that they would like to help. If you would like to help, you're not only helping me, but you're helping children as well.
His story tugged at the heartstrings of a lot of people because the story of a man getting fired from a job paying him $100,000 plus, especially a man who was an ex-felon who got on the right track and got a job paying him $100,000 plus, and losing that job because he responded back to a woman going off on him, it tugged at the heartstrings of a lot of people, man. Especially after he added in the fact that, he would be fine, but he needed the money to do the humanitarian work that he was doing, and he needed the money to work with at-risk youth. I mean, listen, I don't know a much better story, right? And obviously the story was touching because his GoFundMe was very successful. He raised over $13,000 within 2 days of the GoFundMe being up. But it wouldn't be long until people from his past, more specifically his ex-girlfriends, were coming out and saying this guy isn't the angel he wants to portray himself to be. He's actually a psycho and a weirdo. One of his ex-girlfriends got a lot of publicity because she made TikTok videos explaining how Aaron stalked her and sort of mentally abused her during their relationship.
He starts to distance me from my family. He starts to track me. I give him my location because I had nothing to hide. Every time I would walk by the window, my location would show that I was outside. So he'd call me like, what are you doing outside? Who are you messing with at work? Why aren't you working? Like, that controlling, right? Then he starts doing pop-ups at my job, and it got so bad because he would show up in his work truck while he's supposed to be at work at my job that my supervisor had to keep watching me. We had to basically everybody had to walk me to my car after work to make sure that I made it. And the girls would text me, hey, did you make it? Again, it's a clinic full of girls. So that was a red flag number 2. And then one time I walked outside to the cafeteria and he calls me and he's like, how did I know you were outside? So that in my head was like, circles are already turning. I go to my car to see if he put a tracker because he is capable of doing some shit like that. And I couldn't find anything. And then he pops up at my job like, don't break up with me, don't do this, like, I'll change. I thought I was going to catch you doing something. And I was like, how did you know I was outside, right? He said, I put my extra phone tracking you in your car and I left it on record because I was expecting to record you doing something, as in cheating on me or like messing around in your car. And I was like, I was done. After that, I was completely done. I said, get your stuff, get out of my house, and come bring me my key.
That's just not a good look at all, right? Now, after his ex came out and said that he was stalking her, people began to dig into his criminal background and found out he had a lot of cases, man. All right, cases that also includes victimizing women, right, in terms of domestic abuse and things of that order.
Hey friends, if you've been tuned in to TikTok TV like I have, then you know who this guy is. It's the Ninja Turtle guy with the muscles. Said he can pull out $100,000 out of his account. He was talking crazy to those girls. Yeah, that's him. But I think y'all better leave him alone. He'll look crazy.
They even found a couple of open arrest warrants on this guy, bruh. So it was open season on him, man. Everybody was making videos trying to expose him, pulling information, digging in his past. And eventually, bro, it felt like, bro, like the onslaught on this guy was simply because he defended himself against a chick who came for his appearance on a dating show. And here's where mediocre tutorial reviews come into play, right? Now MTR is a good dude, right? MTR is a guy who, he's a virtuous man, he's a religious man, right? He's a man of principle. So when he sees this young man who's only like 29 years old, when he sees him getting attacked by almost everybody on the internet for simply defending himself against a woman, MTR decided that he was going to bring him on to have him tell his side of the story and let him know he has a community who believes in him, right? And hopefully gets his story out there and give him the opportunity on a much larger platform to defend himself.
Him being on that show is one of the most important conversations that we've had in the past several months, if not the past year. Why is that? The way that he was behaving, the output of that was a lot of people labeling that as sassy. Now, the conversation has turned from an internet topic, and it's now diving down deep into, did y'all really go out your way to destroy this man's career? I think that it's absolutely disgusting. I think that it's absolutely deplorable that the way that he conducted himself on that show made you so angry, enhanced your bitter so much that you went out of your way and called his job an uncountable amount of time. First, y'all doxed him, then called his job an uncountable amount of times in order to hurt him.
MTR was really passionate about this and really wanted to help him. And he was passionate because MTR mentors thousands of men. So when he sees a man's life simply being ruined because he stood up for himself, you know, it was uneasy for him. So he brought Aaron on to speak about this. Now, even though MTR was well-intentioned, the interview met a couple of bumps in the road when MTR called Aaron in a couple of lies.
And I was like, how did you know I was outside, right? He said, I put my extra phone tracking you in your car and I left it on record because I was expecting to record you doing something, as in cheating on me or like messing around in your car. And I was like, I was done. After that,
I have never heard of a smartphone in the car. Like, how long would a smartphone stay on? I don't, those things are going to overheat after a while. Is it true that you put a smartphone in the car and you press the record button and just threw it back in there?
No.
Okay. Blatantly. She's just making that up out of thin air.
Yes.
Quick tip for everybody out there who don't really have experience dealing with malefactors, bruh. If anybody repeats something more than twice, they're lying, right? So if you ask somebody, hey, bro, did you like steal my phone? And they say, no, they're lying, right? So he was absolutely adamant that his ex was lying on him, but within a split second, like, his mind changed.
She's making that up. Okay.
Come on. Let's talk about it.
I'm trying to see how I can answer this.
This is when we start to see the character flaws of Aaron, because MTR is absolutely stunned. Like, excuse me, you got to think about how you're gonna answer it. Like, maybe start with the truth, right? But his hesitation was obviously clues and signs of, well, he lied, right? He clearly did it, and now he's about to confess after it becomes blatantly obvious, right? Based on his body movement, his hand gestures, how he's playing with his face, his hesitation. It becomes blatantly obvious that he lied, and now he has to come clean.
All right. I did. I had a phone. Man, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this. Honestly, I don't know how to answer this. But no, I didn't put no smartphone. I did have another iPhone that was in her car. I have two phones. Okay.
Aaron.
Can you imagine sticking up for a guy, talk about how the internet has it wrong and he's a victim? And then a very easy layup, bro. Like, yo, hey, Aaron, like, bro, like, she's lying, right? Like, you ain't stalked this girl, right? And then he started hesitating, bro, and like muffling his words. Yo, MTR must have been like, bro, I gotten myself in a heap of trouble right now, bro. Like, bro, I caught myself defending this dude, man. And this dude is about to tell my audience, bro, that he stalked this woman.
No, listen. Let me break it down to you. I had two phones. One phone I do plumbing with, right? The other phone is my personal phone. I did leave I did leave the phone. I'm trying to answer this without sounding like a creep. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully, because they're
Okay.
gonna crucify me. So don't think nothing. But I had another phone. Okay, I did plumbing services with this phone. The location was on this phone. Now I'm in and out of her car all the time. I did know that the location was on the phone. Yeah, I always got location on both of my phones. But that's how I was finding out she was driving around too. Yeah.
So she's not lying. There was a phone in the car that tracked
The
where
phone,
she
the
was.
phone, the phone. That's why I was having a hard time answering this. She's trying to make it seem like I just got up through the phone. No, I had my tracker on. I had my GPS on there.
This is a long, drawn out way of saying, yeah, man, I put my phone in her vehicle, man, turn my tracking on, bro, so I could stalk this chick, man. Listen, I was in love, bro. She was, a little scallywag, bro. She was a bop, man. I was insecure, bro. I felt like she was cheating, man, so I was stalking her. Right, if you said that, bro, I feel like we will still think you're a weirdo, but most people probably understand, right? Like, you dealing with a bop, you felt insecure, started tracking, cool, bro. Right, but is his lies, is him trying to lie about it, right? Is him attempting to lie at first and then catching himself lying and having to switch it up, bro, and still not being able to just say the outright truth right away? It shows a lot about his character.
And I remember, we had an argument about me leaving the phone in there. Yes. With
Okay.
the GPS tracker on there. She said, yeah.
So
And I lied. Okay, yes. Okay, I lied. I lied to her. I told her I did an airdrop and left the phone in there, but I didn't. I don't even know how to do an airdrop. But honestly, yes, the phone location, my location was on. I know she was cheating on me and stuff, so I did. If it sounds crazy, then man, whatever.
Aaron,
I was in love. Yeah,
I appreciate you telling the truth.
I was in love, man. It sound like a simp, whatever, man.
Hey, listen, bro, listen. It's I think it's wild to me that you were tracking who you describe as a 304.
That was just one of many red flags during this interview. And I don't even think that MTR was prepared for that many red flags during the interview, right? But MTR conducted himself like a gentleman. Now, during the interview, though, he did something very smart that I believe saved the reputation of MTR. You see, MTR, when asked to promote the GoFundMe for Aaron, MTR asked Aaron, hey, bruh, people be scamming, right? Folks be lying. Could you please provide proof that you was actually fired from your job before I go ahead and tell my audience to go and donate to you. Now you could send me some type of termination letter or proof, or if you don't have that, if it was an in-person firing, just give me the name of the employer that fired you, and we will call and verify it ourselves. Now, Aaron, the same old story, man, has an excuse for everything and has an excuse for why he can't provide the receipt.
Also, too, and because I said this in one of my videos, but what proof do you have that you were actually let go? And I'm asking because we've been scammed in the past. There's been people in the past that have Brickface. I just keep talking about her. Set up GoFundMe, and she's allegedly a liar. She's right. She's facing a felony count for lying right now. Do you have any proof to demonstrate fired?
Yes. Now I will have some. Give me a few more days. What's today? Friday. Yeah, give me a few days sometime next week because we are negotiating.
With
I can't say too
with
much.
GoFundMe? Oh, negotiating with the workplace.
Yes. Negotiations are being made because they see the social media attention and they are frightened.
Yo, man. Bruh, yo, they can't help it. Yo, these Neanderthals, man. Just got a lust for other people things, man. Bro, they can't help it, man. Bro, what would... Isn't like the public backlash or pressure why they even fired you in the first place? Like, wouldn't they be more afraid of rehiring you and getting more backlash? I feel like they'll be more afraid of you suing them for unlawful termination because you did nothing wrong, right? Like not do the public. It's just dumb, man. All right, he's clearly lying, man.
So,
okay,
that's all I can say is say that much.
Okay, well, when you get that update, let me know, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure that my audience knows as well as within the GoFundMe. I think you can update it and you can show other pictures or proof or something like that. But I know that that's a concern for folks as well.
That right there saved MTR's credibility. Because if MTR would have brought this dude on and essentially told all his audiences, bro, to go donate to this guy and lead them to a scam, that would have been career damaging. But that right there, that one maneuver sort of saved MTR's credibility in this situation. Now, afterwards, MTR followed up because, again, fans were asking, bro, and they were a little concerned because the story seemed off. So MTR followed up, man, to try to get more information and try to get him to provide some proof that he was actually fired from his job. And MTR following up to ask for something very simple led to conflict between him and Aaron.
In an attempt to continue to support the young brother, I actually talked to him this morning and asked him, when are you going to provide us a receipt? Because I'd love to be able to show. And I think the quicker that you provide receipts, the quicker that GoFundMe, who has locked his account, he is unable to get this money out of his account right now, would open it. In fact, let's go through the DM conversations right now. So yesterday, last night, Sunday at 9:02 p.m., he called me out of nowhere. I missed that call. Notifications on my Instagram are obviously off. I only see things when I actually check my Instagram. He called me. I didn't see it. He said, damn, bro, that's crazy, man. You got me looking insane now and painted me out the wrong way. And I'm thinking to myself, when I finally saw this, I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean painted you out the wrong way? I've been going above and beyond to let you recount your story. I hold you accountable when you say weird things like tracking the woman in the car or, when you're throwing money in the club. We have these conversations, but what you tell to me is you're trying to be better. These are in private conversations.
We've all met people like Aaron. They will do you wrong or tell you a lie, and then they will treat you not believing the lies they told you as a cardinal sin. Because in their mind, they've convinced themselves, right, that you have victimized them because you didn't believe their lie. Because in their mind, well, you don't know it's a lie, so you not believing my lie, right, is you insulting me and acting like I have no integrity. Even though I'm lying to you, you don't know I'm lying to you, so you acting like I'm lying to you is you questioning my integrity. That's literally how their mind works, right? These people are sick. So he's now mad at MTR for, I guess, alerting his audience, hey, bruh, don't donate yet until we get proof.
He follows up and he says, man, bro, this got me stressing hard. Man, I thought you was my friend. I wrote this morning, just woke up, hit me, when you get this. I then follow a reply to one of his messages about him stressing, and I'm like, not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, it just hit me. I'm like, whatever you think could probably just be solved in a quick audio conversation. So we have a audio conversation from 8:27 a.m. to 8:45. Within this conversation, we talk about many different things. But the main thing that I talked about within this conversation is I said, we only know about you and your story due to the GoFundMe, where you said you were fired from the place that you worked. Where did you work? What is the name of the business? What is the name of the company? I need you to provide that information, because if you don't, you scammed on GoFundMe. This is now a legal issue, and I cannot support a liar. I cannot support a thief. I cannot support a scammer. Send that to me. His response to me was, okay, sure, we'll do. I said, okay, the coast is clear. Everything is fine. He's about to send it to me, all right? So over an hour later, over 2 hours later, no response. And I said to him, just in the text message, what's the name of the place that fired you? Here was his response. Apparently he changed his tune out of nowhere. I wonder why. I'm not doing nothing until I talk to my attorney. I told you that already. And
that brother needs help, yo. Yo, this is seriously some sick stuff, bro. Like, MTR is telling him, bro, I'm not even going to reveal it to the public. I'm just going to give them a call myself to verify that you were actually fired, because that's what your GoFundMe is about. Now, Aaron, like, this whole lawyer stance, bro, to me is a cover, bro, to try to buy some more time, because he clearly wasn't fired and he's lying, right? Now, here's the thing, though, and here's something that I caught. So, Aaron claiming that 500 plus people called his job to get him fired, right? So if 500 plus people on the internet is calling your job to get you fired, then that would mean that your job is already public. It's, like, not only public, but it's really out there and it's really public. Then why can't anybody find the quote unquote job that fired you if you're claiming that 500 plus people on the internet called, right? And then if it's already out there, why would you be reluctant to give it to MTR, who has shown, yo, he's on your side? It doesn't make sense, right? Nobody knows where he works because 500 plus people didn't call. That was all made up by Aaron.
This was the point of the conversation that I took a step back, I looked at the DM message, and I said to myself, I might have been bamboozled. Although I had enough discernment not to donate, and I did not do enough research into his claims to give him a platform to speak about any damn thing. And I own it. I take accountability for that. No excuses. Okay. Well, I wish you the best, I said. My credibility is now in question because of lack of proof / receipts. I'm gonna go live in the next couple of hours to discuss this with my audience. Take care. He liked that message. You just worried about making content, not worried about the consequences I may face. You may face. What are you talking about? What consequences? Besides that you lied. Potentially, allegedly. I mean, I really don't know at this point. All you gotta do is provide the receipts, baby. That's it. This whole shit would just go away. You get the GoFundMe money. That's all you have to do. But the way that you are now moving in totality with the other information that is coming out and will come out about you and your lifestyle is way more damning. It's way more ridiculous than I could have ever imagined. And what I thought was going to turn into a way to advocate for a man that was unjustly treated because of his presence on a game show has now turned into somehow you becoming the victim once asked to prove your particular situation.
MTR had Aaron cornered. He had him cornered, right? Yo, it's about were you actually fired? And if you weren't actually fired, then you're scamming by telling people to donate under the pretense that you were fired. And the $13,000 that you raised under the pretense that you were fired from your job needs to go back and you're scamming, right? So MTR had a real concise point and accusation against Aaron. But MTR messed up. He messed up because he brought in this other lady called the Queen of Accountability. He brought her in and she sort of opened up the array of the accusations. Instead of this concealed tight accusation of he's lying about being fired, this lady then comes in and starts saying, oh, Aaron is lying about being a plumber. He doesn't have a license. And, he doesn't do humanitarian works. She starts muddying up the water and making the array of the accusation a tad bit broader.
I looked at the GoFundMe and he emphasized that he does humanitarian efforts to single mothers, fathers, veterans, disabled. And, it didn't sit right. He bolded only that part. So I did my research. When I went to Aaron's Facebook, I noticed that everything on his Facebook was about him, his body, working out, doing pull-ups, sit-ups, doing push-ups, everything related to fitness. I was looking even for the picture he used on GoFundMe of him in his uniform. There was no videos, no posts of any of this humanitarian work that he's being praised for.
What she's currently doing is unknowingly providing Aaron with an out. You see, when you're dealing with a liar, you have to be concise with the accusation. The accusation is you lied about being fired from your job because you wanted to scam the audience for thousands of dollars. Once you start getting into, well, you're not doing humanitarian work, you're not a licensed plumber, which will come shortly, well, you give him an out. Because if he can prove, yo, I am doing humanitarian work, or yo, I am a licensed plumber, what that does now is he could go ahead and just stick to those points, right? He don't even have to address the scamming part no more, right? Like he can say, yo, they're lying on me, bruh. Yo, bro, they're all after me. You see, like she said, I'm not a licensed plumber. Here's my license. Oh, yo, she said I don't do humanitarian work. Here's the pictures of me doing humanitarian work. Right, you see? Right? So essentially, like, MTR had a point that was really concise. She sort of broadened it up, and that inadvertently helped Aaron. Let's watch it play out.
I'm sure a veteran or a single father or a single mother or a disabled person would have said, hey, this man helped us in our time of need. But I didn't see not one receipt. So we know that a lot of his exes came out and they gave us a little bit of tea, and that helped me to do more research on him. When I did a check on Mr. Sloan, I didn't see a license on file that's connected to his information. And being in education over 11 years, we know all about education. It's linked to your social. If you got a license, if you got a degree, it's going to pull up in any background check.
And now, did you not see one at all, or did you not see one that was currently active?
I did not see one at all. What I did see was that he did work for a LLC. When I looked at LLC up in Arizona, the person that owns the LLC is in foreclosure right now. So I thought that was odd that they had time to hire Mr. Sloan when they're losing their house. But then I did more investigative work, and I contacted a place that had the same name in California. And Hector said he never heard of him. Hector. So that's two jobs that I haven't heard of him. And that was the only job that was related to this man's information. What I did find was over 30 cases across many states. We're talking about Nevada, California, Texas, Oklahoma. He's internationally known, but not for any positive reasons. So it made me believe that he did not get fired. If anything, I would say that Mr. Sloan was into fitness, and that was his job. He just didn't want to embarrass himself after telling those ladies he could pull $100 grand out of the bank. So he knew saying that he got fired would play on everyone's heartstrings like it did.
So right on cue, Aaron did what you would expect a liar to do. He ignored the stuff he couldn't prove, which is show the fact that you're fired from your job. Prove, why this $13,000 GoFundMe is warranted. He couldn't really show that because he probably didn't get fired from his job. But what he did do is he attacked the stuff that he knew he could win, which is her saying he's not a licensed plumber. So Aaron was very quick, almost instantly quick, to post his license, to show receipts that he's actually licensed in the city of Phoenix. Aaron will also take to Instagram to galvanize people and say, yo, they're lying on him, right? They're attacking him unfairly because he showed the proof that he's licensed. So now it's very easy to post a clip of this lady going on a rant with MTR about how he's not a licensed plumber, how he's a fraud, he don't do humanitarian work. It's very easy to show that and say, yo, they're lying on me. See, yo, I got proof. And that led to a lot of men galvanizing around Aaron because, he's a licensed plumber. And it sort of muddied up the water to a point where everybody forgot like what the real point was, which is show that you were fired from your job and why you should be getting this $13,000, right? All that got ignored. Aaron is now using the point of, you see, yo, she's lying on me, right? And that led to the Queen of Accountability taking to her Instagram to admit that Aaron does indeed have a license. However, this here doesn't prove nothing, and that we still have to talk about why the GoFundMe exists and was he actually fired. But by this point, nobody cares anymore. At this point, the waters have been muddied up to where nobody cares now, right? Everybody like right now, like there's too many things going on, right? Too many proof receipts back and forth that nobody cares anymore about him proving that he was actually fired, right? Now they care about this circus show. Now they care about, yo, bro, like, is he really a licensed plumber or not, right? And right on time, right when Aaron sort of muddy up the water enough to where things are now out there, people are going at Queen of Accountability for, I guess, being wrong about him having a license or not. Right on cue, Aaron says, hey, my lawyer told me I can't speak no more, guys. I gotta shut up, man. So now Aaron, due to the Queen of Accountability, essentially is about to get away with this. Now he's about to float off into the sunset, man. All right, while having a huge backing and a huge support. All right, yo, he's a skilled liar, bro. Yo, he finessed. Skilled liar, man. He finessed, man. But hey, listen, man, shout out to everybody involved, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do you guys feel like Aaron is lying and scamming, all right? And if you're still watching, man, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out how the police sent a very strong message to this rapper who may be involved in the murder of Julio Fulio. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks.